Hello, everyone, and welcome to the June 16th, 2016 edition, episode number 68 of Balls Deep Sports Talk with me, your host with the one and only Scotty Ball. Thank you for finding your way to the show this week, as hopefully you do each and every week, whether it be via SoundCloud, YouTube, or my personal favorite, the free Spreaker app. Thank you, as always, for tuning in to listen to what I have to say about what's going on and what has been going on in the world of sports. Now, I'm referring to this episode as the June 16th, 2016 episode, although technically, for the record, I am recording the vast majority of it here, if not its entirety, on late Wednesday evening, but it will be getting uploaded and available to listen on Thursday, and so hence we are titling it the June 16th, 2016 episode. And plus, I like the way that looks numerically with the 61616. I am superstitious, one could say, not overly, but you could say that and you wouldn't be, completely incorrect. So, I liked the way it looked. But yes, technically I am recording this show here late Wednesday evening on the 15th of June, just so you're aware. Now, if you like what we do here on the podcast, what I do here on the podcast, I should say, please make sure to connect with me on social media via Facebook and Twitter. Our Twitter handle for the show is @BDST Show, and on Facebook, simply search Scotty-Ball and then like or friend me. And that will allow you to explore the most intimate depths of our Balls Deep experience. My Balls Deep experience that I have to offer. Man, that didn't come out right. Maybe I should start writing some of this stuff down that I'm going to say before I say it. No, we've rolled 68 episodes here now this way. Why start now? And I mean, heck, that means next week is the epic episode number 69. So, boy, I'll have to come up with something special for you guys. But anyway, now that we're once again reacquainted, or maybe acquainted for the first time, I don't know. But either way, now that we are reacquainted and our shameless promotions and plugs are done with, let's get to the outline and overview of what we're going to be talking about here on this week's episode. Now, obviously, we will be talking NHL hockey, as we have now determined the winner of the 2016 NHL season, so I'll let you know how that played out. And also another championship still being determined yet in the NBA Finals between the Golden State Warriors and the Cleveland Cavaliers, as the Cleveland Cavaliers were down 3-1 heading back to Golden State and were able to get a victory there. We'll tell you more about how that happened and what their chances are here in Game 6 to extend it to a Game 7 and even possibly pull off the historic comeback and win it all, if there is any chance of that. We'll also take a quick little peek at the NBA draft, which is upcoming a week from now, Thursday night, June 23rd. So this next coming Thursday is the NBA draft, and maybe even discuss a little bit of what the Timberwolves may not and should not do with this upcoming 5th overall pick in the draft. We'll also be taking a look in at my and hopefully not your Minnesota Twins, who are possibly turning the ship around just a little bit, though. You'll have to wait and find out. We'll take a quick peek in on the NFL and my and possibly your Minnesota Vikings. Bring up just a few of the current talkers that we've got here in week 2 or week 3, whatever it is now, of organized team activities. And brace yourselves, non-golf fans, but we will be discussing quite a bit of PGA golf here, as the second major of the season, the U.S. Open, USA, USA starts here today, Thursday, June 16th, 2016. It is being held at the Oakmont course in western Pennsylvania. It is the 9th time that the tournament is being held there at that course, the most of any course ever. And so we know a fair amount about it, and I think we can, we can have a decent, gives us better odds of being right in our predictions and our assessment going into the tournament. So we will definitely be dissecting and discussing the PGA United States Open Golf Tournament in great depth, balls depth, as a matter of fact, on this week's episode. Believe we'll discuss a little bit of soccer, a little bit of horse racing, let you know who ended up winning the Belmont Stakes last weekend, how that finish all played out. And then, as always, we'll be discussing pro wrestling, a little bit of Lucha Underground. Hopefully we'll be able to discuss. Was on here tonight. And then next week on Lucha Underground is their second ever Ultima Lucha, which is their basically it was their WrestleMania last year. It was the final episode. It took 2 episodes, a 1-hour episode, and then a 2-hour episode the following week. So it was a 3-hour event or show. And their second one that they're doing is not closing the season this year. It is happening next week, as I mentioned. So that will be huge. We'll definitely try and look in at that this week. If not this week, we will definitely be discussing it in great length next week. But this week we will be talking quite a bit of WWE Pro Wrestling as well, because on this upcoming Sunday, Father's Day Sunday, as a matter of fact, happy upcoming Father's Day to all you fathers out there listening to the show. But on this upcoming Father's Day Sunday, on the WWE Network at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, is the Money in the Bank pay-per-view, one of my 4 favorite pay-per-views of the entire WWE calendar, just about every year. And this year it appears to be huge. They're billing it as the biggest of all time. They're billing 2 matches on there to be WrestleMania caliber matches, WrestleMania quality, WrestleMania worthy matches. It's got a fantastic match card. It should, I'm really excited about it. So we will, as always, when there's a WWE pay-per-view, but especially when there's a big one where things can actually, change and shift and happen within, the universe and stuff, we like to preview it appropriately and accordingly. And so on this week's episode, I will be having my exclusive, very special guest, WWE Pro Wrestling expert, the one and only Doug Sanders, joining me again here on the show. This will be about his 5th or 6th appearance to discuss WWE pay-per-views here in the almost year and a half that I have been doing the show. So very excited about that. You should look forward to that too. It's always entertaining and it's always very informative and insightful as well. So that is, in a nutshell, that's everything that we got planned to cram in. Just relax. We'll fit it in. That's everything we have planned to cram in to the show this week. All right, so and we're gonna try to keep it 2 hours maximum. Any less than that, the better. It's never been less than 60 minutes. I don't think we'll start tonight, but yeah, boy, if we can be closer to an hour and a half, that would make me that much happier as well. But we'll see how things play out. All right, so now that you know everything to be prepared for and expect on this week's show, it is time to reveal the honor that is the hit opening segment topic of our podcast here every week that we call, say it with me, Balls on Fire. What has got me, yours truly, Scotty Ball, the most on fire, the most fired up, the most heated up, whether it be positive or negative, What am I, just the most revved about? So, and as always, plenty of worthy topics. Whittle it down for you. Twins winning a little bit. NHL Stanley Cup final. We have a winner. Champions always try to give priority here on the show, so that's another worthy one. The NBA Finals still underway. The United States Open starting today. As you're listening, you know I am a monster golf fanatic. WWE, I love pro wrestling, and I got the special guest. So lots that we could go with here that I'm most fired up about. But in a way, I'm doing this to be honest. My choice is to be genuine and sincere. In another way, it's kind of a cop-out because I'm not really quite sure which one individual element I'm most amped for. But so I thought about it and I was like, well, really, what I'm most on fire about is just this week in sports entertainment. Well, that includes the Lord Stanley Cup champion Pittsburgh Penguins from since the last time we talked. That includes the current state of the NBA Finals, what is coming up and what has happened since the last time we talked. That includes this upcoming Sunday's WWE Money in the Bank pay-per-view. That includes today through Sunday's PGA United States Open golf tournament. I am amped about all this stuff that is going on in this palindrome, I believe is how you say it, week on our calendar. It's a fantastic sports entertainment week, 7 to 10 day period here out of the whole entire year. That is what I am most fired up about. Things to come and things that have transpired. So where to start, I think, is the question. This whole episode will kind of be a big, like almost a quadruple, if you will, 4 balls on fire topics, basically, and then we'll quickie our way out after that with whatever's left over for the remains. So where to start? I think what riled me up the most, what really just made me go, are you kidding me? I can't believe this. Again, really, was what has transpired with the NBA Finals and Draymond Green. Since the last time we talked, Draymond Green was suspended for Game 5 for name-calling and punching LeBron James in the groin, which he has struck multiple people in the groins multiple times this playoffs. I don't understand what this guy's obsession is with striking people in the junk. It's as dirty of a thing as I can think of in sports, just even in everyday life, and this guy goes out of his way to do it, and it's just absolutely ridiculous. But so finally the NBA really had no choice, and granted, it played a big factor that it was against LeBron James and not just some no-name guy, funny-looking guy with a mustache like Steven Adams. And throw in there that this finals has been desperate and very much lacking in competitiveness and drama and intrigue. We haven't had I think was there finally a single-digit point differential here, maybe Game 5. I don't know. We'll look at that quick. But every game is just, it's not been very close. It looked like the Warriors, it's, all but a done deal. So you combine all those elements together, and it's like perfect for the NBA to finally go, okay, we're suspending Draymond Green for a game. That way we can get Cleveland to win here, get another game out of this series. Everybody makes some more money. That one's in Cleveland. Hopefully Draymond Green comes back for that, and Cleveland can still win it at home anyway because it's at home, and they've done that once this series. And then we get to go to Golden State for a Game 7 where we all get to make the most amount of money, and there's actually ratings and drama and intrigue, and of course the Warriors end up winning it and cementing their place in history, whatever.